All right, what's going on? Trey Daubert here, founder, all that stuff, VendettaSportsMedia.com. I'm going to try to do this in one take here because I don't think this one's super complicated. I don't think I have to spend forever on this, but I really wanted to dive into this because Dallas Stars, Jason Robertson, Pete DeBoer, there's a lot of shit going on here, and some people who actually are tapped in, they're saying some crazy shit that I just don't get. So we're going to dive into all of it. I'm going to share my screen a bunch of times, and we'll see what we can do here today. And I actually got started on a little bit of a team building session on what I actually think the Stars should do this offseason. So first, let me start here. I'm going to share my you know what? Let me get rid of that. Okay. All right. So we're going to share our screen here a bunch of times. Started out with this, right? Jeff Marek. And let me say this about Jeff Marek. I like Jeff Marek, and that's the only reason we're talking about this. I like Jeff Marek because he was so good at his job, he got fired for it, which is the same thing that's happened to me 2 different times. So I like Jeff Marek. When he speaks, I'll shut up and listen. Except I can't really shut up because I don't get what's going on here. Okay, so look. Yes, we get it. Tom Gallardi, okay. He wants to win. All these guys want to win. We know that, right? Here's where it gets interesting. So what now? Stars can move someone like Jason Robertson. No. No. That's the dumbest thing they could do. I would say this. Let me just start by saying this. Heiskanen, and then outside of Heiskanen, he's probably the most untouchable player on the roster, or should be. Heiskanen, he's a true number 1 defenseman. During the middle of his prime, you don't trade him. Robertson, who is one of the best goal scorers in the league, you don't trade those guys. Like when you go back to that draft, it was Heiskanen, Ottinger, Robertson. They all got him in the same draft. Why would you tear something off of that core? Doesn't make sense to me. But let's just get right back to it, right? I'm going to share my screen right here a bunch of times. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Move someone like Jason Robertson. Just idiotic. Doesn't make any fucking sense. And we're going to get into why. And a big if, right? So you're going to move out Robertson so that you could give Mitch Marner more money. You're going to move out Robertson so you could sign a 4th liner in Olivier. You're going to move out Robertson so you can add Ekblad. And then you don't know if they're going to fire DeBoer. That's what I'm reading from this. This is exactly what I'm reading for this. And again, my goal here is not to attack Jeff Marek, because regardless of what he said, it doesn't make fucking sense. I want to know why he said it. I want to know why he said it. So let's jump into tab number 2 here today. And that is, well, Stars don't have a lot of cap space. They don't have a lot of cap space, and they don't have a lot of draft picks either. So they have no first-round pick. They have no first-round pick the following year. That was from the Rantanen trade. And we have about $5 million in cap space. So when you go to our roster, let's just go to our depth chart here really quickly, That's what we're looking at. Bunch of nobodies. Well, maybe they'll turn into something, but they're unproven. These guys should both be 4th liners. You'll notice Jamie Benn's not here. You'll notice Matt Duchene's not here. And you'll notice that Mikael Granlund is not here. And then on the defense, you'll notice Cody Cece's contract is up. But here's the thing. You'll sit there and say, well, how are we going to build a Stanley Cup team with this team? We have no cap space. We got to try to bring back Ben. And what are we going to do? Well, I think there's a very easy explanation for what should be done here. Now, let's just go through it step by step. This Robertson post, I made it short and sweet. Hey, just kind of reporting the news here. Jamie Benn wants to stay. Let's start here. Okay. So we have $5 million in cap space. He wants to stay. He's 35 years old. And by the way, his last contract, he was making $9.5 million over the last 8 years in a no state tax team. So you know what, Jamie Benn, buddy, if you want to stay, prove it. If you want to stay, prove it. He shouldn't make more than $3 million next year. Sorry, but it's just going to have to be the way that it is. If you want to chase every last dollar, good. Go ahead. See you later. That's just how the conversation needs to be. Shoot, sorry about that. It's nothing against Ben. It has everything to do with the fact that this dude took every last penny on his last deal. It's not happening again. You want to stay? Good. Prove it. Take the Jordan Stahl deal. $3 million. Boom. In terms of DeBoer, that was silly. I mean, I said this in the Slack. I don't know if I can pull that. Can I share Slack tabs? I don't know if I can. Anyway, I said this at the time during the game. Buddy, you can't pull your franchise goalie who's actually fucking good in an elimination game and then just not speak to him. That's fucking strange. So DeBoer, he's on his final year of his contract next year. If you want to keep him, fine. If you want to fire him, go ahead. I don't have a strong opinion there. I could see both angles. Either way, DeBoer should be on a short leash. That's how I view it. And then we'll throw Bagdonas a bone here. This is what he wrote on his Robertson post. And again, here's the player card. I mean, 90 percentile offense, 98 percentile defense. He's one of the best finishers in the league. He scores goals like a madman. You don't trade someone like this. I'll say this. You trade someone like this if your team sucks and you want to reboot it. He's a 26-year-old in his prime winger on a team that's competing for a Stanley Cup. You don't move pieces like this. It doesn't make any fucking sense. So, again, Bagdonas goes through all the angles, right? You can read this if you want to. Links right here. Let me get to the point that I really wanted to discuss here, because this really shouldn't be that hard. Like, it really shouldn't be that hard. So I did a brief little team building exercise here. So I brought back Granlund, 2-year contract, $5 million. So he was making $5 million on his old deal, gets to stay. But look, Granlund was awesome with Dallas, and I think he should actually stay. You get your finish line of Granlund, Hintz, Rantanen. All those guys are Finnish. Then you got Heiskanen and Lindell, who are also Finnish. You want to keep that Finnish connection going. I get that. I'm in favor of that. There's no reason to move Robertson. You bring back Ben on the $3 million deal, as I said earlier. And really, you can call up Kyrou. He's ready to go. 21 years old, 22 years old. He should be ready to fill in as a third pair defenseman. And by the way, you still have Niels Lundqvist that you could actually fill into this role too. So you could either go Niels Lundqvist here. You can sign Cody Ceci for cheap if you want to. There's another defenseman out there. Either way, you're looking to fill one defense spot, right? And now let me show you how easy it was to create cap space. So in this model right here, I still have $5.5 million in cap space. And here's how I did it. And again, I'm not saying this trade will be the one that gets it done, but a lot of these teams have cap space to light on fire, like the Ducks, the Sharks, the Blackhawks. Like it's so bad. Actually, you know what? I'll pull that up too. Let me pull that up too. Okay, so let's pull that up too. Let's share this tab right here. Here are the teams with cap space. That's not. Hold on. Here we go. So the Sharks got $41 million in cap space. Blue Jackets $40 million. Ducks $38 million. And these teams up here, like, they got cash to burn. They just do. So actually, Utah doesn't have as much as I thought they did. Interesting. Okay, so look, Sharks, Blue Jackets, Ducks, Blackhawks, Flames, Penguins, call them. Sabres, call them. Call them. Because here's the bottom line. All you realistically have to do, you got to ship out Lyubushkin, you got to ship out Marchment, and you got to ship out Dumba. Jim Nill, you're going to have to take the L for those. Sorry, but they're not good enough to crack your lineup anymore. You want to know, hey, how do we get over the top? We saw it play out during the fucking playoffs. Labushkin was a healthy scratch. Dumba, healthy scratch. Marchman, he can't help himself. Not saying he's necessarily a terrible player, but if you want to get to where you want to go, it starts and ends with Marchman stop being an idiot. So let's take his money out of the equation. And again, maybe the Sharks want more than a third-round pick to dump some of these guys. Maybe you can dump one of them on the Sharks and dump another one of them on another team. Either way, this right here is your path to creating cap space. I mean, it really shouldn't be difficult. Like it shouldn't be difficult. And by the way, this Liam Bichelle, he has to fucking play. He's awesome. So you got four options that are set in stone: Lindell, Heiskanen, Harley, Bichelle. And by the way, Harley's due a massive extension. So it's not like we can just hang on to those guys anyway. We got to dump them. We can call up Kyrou for the third payroll. We can add Niels Lundqvist. Find one more defenseman. So your D is set. Now, maybe with this extra cap space, we can bring back Duchesne. I don't think that's going to be a possibility. We're probably going to lose Duchesne. If we want to bring back Duchesne, maybe we can make something work with this cap space. Either way, there's a clear option on what you should do. Right here. You gotta find a way to dump those guys. It just is what it is. And by the way, bringing back Ben shouldn't be that expensive. Bringing back Granlund really shouldn't be that expensive. And if you dump those guys, I still got money to burn. I still can bring in another winger. And by the way, if I find one more fucking winger with some, like, if I find one more just thumper, maybe I can bring back Dodonov. I didn't sign him back, but again, this idea that I'm just going to tear Robertson off the fucking team shouldn't even be a conversation. Like that's a non-starter. Look at this team I got right here. This team can win it. By the way, we lost in the Western Conference Finals 3 seasons in a row. Like, we're right there. We're right there. It's a matter of, can I dump Dumba, who's not helping me? Can I dump Marchment, who he keeps making stupid mistakes? I gotta find better for this money. By the way, like, I still have some money to burn here. Like, this really shouldn't be that fucking hard. Can someone explain to me? And again, I'll leave it at that. There's nothing more that really needs to be said. Explain it to me. Explain to me why trading Robertson makes any fucking sense. And I, by the way, I watched Marek's episode, so where he's like, the idea behind it would be, hey, maybe I call up a team like Carolina and I get my 2 first-round picks back. No. We don't need our 2 first-round picks back. We need to win the fucking cup. And Robertson is one of the guys that's going to help us get there. This team without Robertson is not the same fucking team. Now, it's cool that we have Rantanen. It's fucking really cool. But again, if I have Robertson to no Rantanen or Rantanen to no Robertson, we're the same team. We're the same team. I need both of those motherfuckers scoring 40-some goals. If I get that kind of production, realistically, Wyatt Johnston's not done getting better. Sagan, his money's coming off the books here really soon. I got avenues to improve this team. And by the way, nobody's saying I can't move Sagan. Who's saying I can't do that? So again, this really shouldn't be difficult. And this Robertson conversation, sorry, but it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like it doesn't make any sense. If you go down the entire Stars roster, Heiskanen is easily the most untouchable player. After that, Robertson. So we'll just leave it at that. Again, Dallas, your offseason's very easy. Jim Nill, put your ego to the side and understand that some of your free agent signings haven't worked. It's okay. We all make mistakes. Now is about understanding the sunk cost fallacy. Are you going to get Are you going to let your ego get in the way of sunk cost fallacy? That's where the conversation needs to be had. Okay, there you go. Feel free to comment. You know where to find me, vendettasportsmedia.com. I'm still dropping content. No days off in the show. Must go on.